What's going on, everybody? Nazdarachi here, and the time is upon us. It is 2nd anniversary. Now, I haven't even logged into the game yet because I know I'm going to have tons of notifications, and I wanted to go through all that stuff with you guys really quickly and check out the available banners that we have. So we've arrived at the Player's Choice Relic draw. It is the only banner that's available so far. The actual banner with Sephiroth's OSB, Onion Knight's OSB, and Tiro's USB will arrive a little bit later in the day today. So this video won't be quite as long as I initially anticipated. We only have to go over this one banner. Now, these are the relics that players voted for in a survey as the most popular relics, the ones that are highly coveted, except for the Onion Knight Onion Sword. I don't really know how that made it in here. Just a fluke, I guess. Everything else is voted from the community, for the most part, to be items that appear on this banner. So first and foremost on the banner, we have a very well-known item. Everyone except for new players should be familiar with this. It is Cloud's Ragnarok Sword, his OSB, 164 attack, which is pretty dang good. Bonus effect, sadly, is synergy only, but it is a boost to wind damage, and the Overstrike is the finishing touch. Massive physical wind and non-elemental damage to one target, can break the damage cap. This is a very average Overstrike Soul Break, but it stacks quite nicely with his Burst Soul Break 2. If you use Burst Command 2 to bargain yourself up attack-wise, as well as using Ram's Shout or Sid's Shout, etc., you can get an amazing amount of damage on high-level bosses using his Overstrike Soul Break as kind of a chain combo. So, great item. I definitely wouldn't mind pulling this because I do have Cloud's second Burst Soul Break, and your chances of getting this seem to be about 1.21%. Definitely would not sneeze at that item. Moving forward, we have Terra's Blood Sword here. It is her Overstrike, fire-based, 120 attack, 159 magic. Again, bonus effects are synergy only, sadly, but they are a small boost of fire damage. And you have the Overstrike Scorching Flame, Steel Magic, massive fire and non-elemental damage to one target, can break the damage cap. It is a rather basic Overstrike as well, but it is capable of doing nice damage to anything that's not resistant to fire, and it will be relevant in the future when Terra is going to be very good in some of the horrifically difficult dungeons that are coming down the road. I would not mind pulling this item at all, and it seems like your percent for getting it is about 0.94%. Next item is Lightning's Overstrike, 167 attack, again synergy dependent, small boost to lightning bonus effect. And Thunderfall, deal massive physical lightning and non-elemental damage to one target. Deals more damage with additional uses, stacking up to 4 times if used within the time limit. I am not a huge fan of this Overstrike Soul Break, and just personally, I don't use lightning at this point at all and have relatively no interest in using it. However, if she is one of your powerful characters, it definitely wouldn't hurt for you to have this item, but in terms of the Overstrike itself, it is not horrifically useful. It is definitely under average because Lightning is not the character who's generally going to end up using her Soul Break enough times to really get the maximum benefit out of this damage multiplier. Some of my opinion on this, again, like I just said, is my opinion, but with me not really favoring Lightning, I really don't want to pull this item. I'm not going to be mad at all if I do, but hopefully we avoid this one. Chances of getting it are about 1.75%, and everyone who's a fan of Lightning and wants this item, I hope you do get it. It's just one that I personally am trying to avoid in this banner. Punishment, it is Squall's Overstrike Gunblade here, attack 166, and as well it requires a Realm Synergy to get the bonus effect of small boost to ice damage. Your Overstrike Sub-Zero Blast, deal massive physical ice and non-elemental damage to one target, can break the damage cap. It is just the pinnacle of your average soul break right here. Nothing outstanding, and when I've roaming warriored this, it tends to not do a terrible amount of damage, so it's more of a utility against enemies that you know are going to be weak to ice attacks. Again, if Squall is one of your great characters and you have his burst soul break as well as some of his other relics, this is not going to really hurt you to pull this item. It's another one that I'm going to try and avoid because I don't really have Squall leveled at all, and it seems like you have about a 2.02% chance to pull this item right here. This, again, is one that I said I really wanted on last night's half-off Super Lucky banner, but I did not get it, so we got another chance here. It is Onion Knight's very famous Burst Soul Break. It does have a constant bonus effect of minor resistance to blind, 23 attack, 23 magic, 93 and 89 defense resistance, and 23 mind as well. It is a bracer, so it is able to be widely used by pretty much every character. Burst Soul Break Vessel of Fate, temporarily raise the attack and magic of all allies a moderate amount, and haste stagger to the whole team. Burst mode to the user. This is a very good Burst Soul Break. It stacks nicely with a lot of other team buffs, and that's why you pretty much see it on the roaming warrior list pretty consistently, up there with Rams of Shout. This is one that you'll always pretty much be able to find when you're looking for a roaming warrior. For good reason, it is very good. Burst commands Extra Slice, deal 4 physical attacks to one target and remove the delay from the user's physical attacks for 1 turn. And Swift Spell, deal 4 magic non-elemental attacks to one target and remove the delay from the user's magic attacks for 1 turn. So Onion Knight is a very famous character for one reason, because he is a champion of non-elemental damage. He is very good in boss fights that are resistant to all types of elements because he can use magic or physical with a lot of versatility. As well, he can use full break, and he's a great support character. So he is obviously a lot of people's support character for their A team for good reason. However, he's not a terribly useful character up until his levels are in the mid to upper 90s. So with that in mind, I still do really want this item, and it seems like you have about a 1.75% chance to pull it. Cross your fingers, that's one that we get, that and Cloud or Terra's Overstrike, as well as the Burst Soul Break. This is another very, very popular, widely used item. Many people are probably familiar with it. 28 magic, 83 defense, 121 resistance, and 37 mind. It was featured on the first and third Super Lucky Relic Draw banners because it is a Burst Soul Break, and as well it's a great Medica effect, constant effect of minor resistance to sleep, and the Asylum Burst Soul Break, again very famous, restore a large amount of HP to all allies, grant them a barrier that negates attack damage up to 30% of their max HP, and grant haste and burst mode to the user. Basically, it's really powerful because you get that large amount of HP to the whole team as well as that barrier, so it stacks very nicely with Shelga, Protectica, and other buffs that you have on your characters to just make them overall very resilient in battle. As well, the burst commands are very good. Tetragrammaton instantly restores a large amount of HP to one ally. Anytime you have an instant cure, you'll be able to find a good use for it. So burst command 1 is very powerful. So then you have Medica on burst command 2, small amount of HP to the entire team. This can as well be useful if you're in a bind and your enemy is using a lot of AoE damage to keep your team alive. So, again, this is a very popular Burst Soul Break, and that is a good reason as to why it's featured on this banner. It seems like you have about a 1.28% chance to draw it. Moving forward, we have a Burst Soul Break for Paladin Cecil here, the Excalibur again sword. 125 attack. Bonus effect has a small boost to holy damage at all times, similar to a lot of other swords in the game, but this one's not an overstrike, so it's still pretty nifty. Burst Soul Break Paladin Force. This is another one that you see in the roaming warrior list quite a bit, and that's mostly because of the burst commands, but the Soul Break itself deals 5 ranged physical holy attacks to all targets, haste and burst mode to the user, and infuse the user with the power of Holy Light. So that is a good AoE Burst Soul Break right there with the Unholy to the user. Burst commands Blessed Weapon, deal physical holy damage to one enemy and restore a moderate amount of HP to the user. This ability in particular has allowed me to use Celis and solo boss fights. So bringing Paladin Cecil as the roaming warrior, Celis then has a heal on herself without actually having to bring a white magic heal command, which makes her very powerful because she can absorb magic as well to restore ability uses. So I've done easily 120 difficulty dungeons with Celis by herself, using nothing but this roaming warrior and 2 Hone 1 rank 5 abilities. So second burst command, Sacred Circle, deal 2 physical holy attacks to all enemies. If you need an AoE command, that one's going to help you out a decent amount right there. But Blessed Weapon is the one that kind of sustains you. Again, it's only 1 hit, so it's not terribly useful for DPS, but in certain circumstances it can really shine. Good item, definitely wouldn't mind pulling this one at all because I do have Paladin Cecil's OSB, and it seems like you have about a 2.76% chance to draw this, fairly high in terms of Relic Banner drop rates. For Aerith here, we have the Wiser Rod. It is her healing burst soul break, 55 attack, 100 magic, 129 mind, no bonus effects at all, and the burst soul break white materia, deal 5 white magic holy attacks to all targets, restore a large amount of HP to all allies, and grant haste and burst mode to the user. This is a very interesting and versatile soul break because not only does it do AoE damage to the whole enemy team, that is holy based, but you also get a party Curaga as well. So it can deal damage and heal at the same time. Pretty good damage and pretty good heal as well. You get a good chunk of your HP back, if not all of it, using that. Wonders of the Cetra, Burst Command 1, restore a very large amount of HP to one ally and temporarily raise their mind a moderate amount. So that's a functional move right there because it's going to heal them, and the mind buff may or may not be useful depending on who you heal. It will definitely be useful in the White Magic Nightmare 6-star record dungeon, but other than that, it's just a good healing ability. Hand to Gaia, restore a small amount of HP to all allies, similar to your Stola's Burst Command 2, it's just going to give you that Medica small amount to the whole team. I wouldn't mind drawing this item. I don't really have Aerith as a prioritized healer, but she can be very versatile and useful, so I still wouldn't be mad if I drew this, and it seems like you only have a 0.94% chance to pull it, so very low percent chance in terms of some of the other items, so I wouldn't mind not getting it, but again, I wouldn't mind it if I did get it. Next up we have Celis's Super Soul Break, Indomitable Blade, which, if the need arises, can be an amazing Super Soul Break. This item would be a dupe for me, so hopefully I do not pull it, as I already have it at 6 stars. But attack 123, small boost to holy damage at all times. Super Soul Break, Indomitable Blade, deal 5 physical attacks to one target and absorb enemy black and white magic to restore ability uses. So it is her runic ability combined with 5 physical attacks. The damage may or may not really be that useful, but the runic ability in magic-based fights can really shine. It allows Celis to come into battle with low hones on high-level abilities and still function. And the only thing to really note about it is it doesn't really protect the team in terms of AoE magic. But any single target magic will be focused on her for a good portion of time, and you can really use that to your advantage. Again, this ability is one reason why certain boss fights she can solo them by herself. If you couple with a few other choice abilities, it can lead to a lot of fun. I don't want to pull this item because I've already had it for a while again, but your chances of getting it are about 2.76%. This is another extremely popular and some would say crucial item to have to build a good native team. Ramza being a very functional and good support character, being able to use full break, life siphon, and then constantly crank out these shouts here can have a very good impact to your team. It'll allow you to up your party's attack a large amount by 50% and Hastega the whole team. That attack buff is very significant, as well as the Hastega. It can be used to counter slows. Specifically when you get AoE slowed, it is really useful. So this is a grade A Super Soul Break right here. Highly coveted. I already have this one as well, so I would like to avoid it, but your chances of pulling it are about 2.09%. You will want this if you do not have a similar soul break like Final Fantasy VII Cid. Again, it will free up your need to take this as a roaming warrior and you can pull another roaming warrior that you really might need. So highly functional. You would definitely want to get this item if you don't already have it, that is. Next up, the Super Soul Break Onion Slice Onion Sword. I'm not really sure how this item got on this banner, but I don't know. It's not horrifically useful. Attack 131, no bonus effects, deal between 8 and 11 physical attacks to one target, and temporarily lower its defense and resistance a large amount. The number of attacks dealt depends on the user's speed. So really, it's not a very good Super Soul Break. Onion Knight really shines when you can be versatile with him and not focus him into either necessarily having to do physical or magic damage. So this Super Soul Break being physical only is not going to really help you out in dungeons where you need a lot of magic damage and you have him spec'd for magic. And even though the dual breaking effects a large amount are useful and they are stackable, it's nowhere near as good as his Burst Soul Break. I don't know. It's just, this is not one that I really want. I think a lot of other people as well are confused as to how this sword made it onto this banner. But it is here, and you have about a 2.96% chance to draw it. So pretty much 3%. It's the highest percent drop rate of any other item on the banner. And it's also the most doo-doo item in my personal opinion. And that's all the items on the banner here. The first relic draw is free, so let's go ahead and just knock that out and see what we get. Hopefully we get lucky here. Cross your fingers. We had pretty decent luck last night. I don't know. We'll find out. Oh boy. So we pulled 2 out of 11 and no OSB. There are tons of OSBs on this banner, so that's pretty disheartening. I was hoping to get Cloud's OSB or Terra's. And that means these other items have a high chance of being questionable. Oh boy. Oh boy. So we got nothing good here. A dupe, and as well, sadly, the Onion Sword. We really got shafted here. Oh man. So let's do the 100 gem draw as well. Probably won't amount to a whole lot, but you never know. And it was a 4-star rod, so nothing really of interest there either. Final Fantasy 12 rod. So that's about all that I have for this banner, you guys. My luck on it was absolute garbage, so it's good, I guess, for y'all to maybe be encouraged by the fact that my luck as well is not always great. I don't want to seem like I always have the best pulls here. So instead of pulling on this one again, I'm going to hopefully save some of this banked luck and hopefully be able to put it towards the actual banner that we get later today. I'm not going to do a 50 pull on this banner, not right now anyway. If I do one, it'll be maybe later on when I go over the first anniversary banner. But at this point I have a ridiculously high chance of getting low-level dupe items out of the banner. Excalibur, Onion Sword, Platinum Sword. Well, I have a chance of getting 3 dupes on the banner now, so, and they are unfortunately the highest percent chance to drop items. So I don't know, again, bad luck on this banner, but I'm gonna go ahead and weather the storm and hope that our luck on the banner later today is downright awesome. Remember, I can still get 50 mithril from the mithril dungeon as well, so you guys should knock that out also. And spending your mithril on this banner is definitely not bad. If you don't have a lot of these items, I actually recommend pulling on this banner because some of these items are some of the core great items that you can really benefit from. As of right now, I think I'm just going to hold off and see what I pull on my first pull for the anniversary banner itself. So until later today, you guys, I hope your luck is amazing, way better than mine. Feel free to follow along, and you'll be able to catch a lot more Final Fantasy Record Keepers content here, especially this weekend and in the future also, because this is the next big event we're going to get until Cloud's USB banner and Extreme Fest down the road a little bit. So, hope you guys enjoyed me having some doo-doo luck for once, and I will be back soon. You guys have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Later.